Hi, this is Karen at Snickerdoodle Designs, and yikes, that carnival mask is scary. If I'm totally honest, I have to say the trepidation I feel looking at this mask equals the fear I experienced when I initially heard about Photoshop masks. I just wanted to look away and pretend they weren't there. Since that time, however, I've learned to love masks, and now I use them in my workflow every single day. So today, let's take a look at just what Photoshop masks are, and over the next 2 weeks, we'll look at how they can be useful in layout creation, and also how they can be used to stretch our DigiStash. So let's get rid of this character and get started. So when would you use a mask? You would use a mask on a layer when you want to hide portions of that layer and reveal or see what is below. So I have two papers here. They are from my collaboration with Diane of ADB Designs. Tell Me Again is the name of the collaboration. And I'm going to apply a mask to this top paper. And this is how I do that. Come down to the bottom of the layers panel, and there's an icon that is a gray rectangle, dark gray rectangle with a light gray circle in the middle. If you hover over it, it'll say Add Layer Mask. All you have to do is click on that, and the layer mask is added to the selected layer. Masks appear as white documents linked to your selected layer, and the white indicates the area of the image that is currently visible. So we can see all the pixels in this blue paper because this this mask is entirely white. We haven't painted anything on it yet. So what do we do next? Well, let's go ahead and work with a brush today. So we're going to go ahead and choose our brush tool. And you can choose a hard edge brush if you would like to work with put hard edges on your mask, or choose a soft edge brush if you want a soft edge on your brush. And the type and the size of brushes depending upon what you need to do. You can use any type of brush for this. I'm just going to use a round hard edge brush because it's just going to be easy to see. So let's just leave this one here. If it's 1500 pixels at 100% hardness. I need to click on the mask to make it active, and then make sure my foreground color is black. Go ahead and click on my document, and what that has done is made the pixels on that paper invisible. If I remove the visibility of the paper below, you can see that those pixels are invisible now. They are hidden on this mask, and these are the pixels. The black circle indicates the pixels that are invisible. Let's make our brush a little bit smaller. Now keep your eye on the mask, and when I stamp down on the paper, you see those tiny little black circles. Those are all areas of transparency that I'm creating now. So what if you change your mind and you say you don't want all these little circles on the bottom of your paper here? We can recover those pixels very easily because we're working non-destructively. If we had used an eraser, the eraser tool to make these transparent areas, we would have to do Control Z to undo everything that we've done. Say you've done 15, 16 more steps after you've made these transparent areas in your background and you've now changed your mind, you don't want them, you would have to undo everything that you've done to get back to the area where you created the initial transparencies or the holes in your paper. Because at that point, when you're using an eraser, they are holes, those pixels are gone. But with a mask, the pixels are still there, so we can work non-destructively. We can recover those pixels if we change our mind. No matter how many steps we've gone in our layout process, we can always go back and change our mask. So what we need to do to recover those pixels is change our foreground color from black to white. And then I'm going to increase my brush size just to make it easier, and we're just going to paint over those pixels. And now you can see that on our mask, those little black areas are gone because the pixels are visible again, and we have the whole paper back if we want it. So using masks is a great way to work non-destructively, and that's why I highly recommend it. Don't be afraid of them like I was. They're super simple. Just apply the mask, choose your brush, and use your black paintbrush to paint away what you don't want to see. That's really all there is to it. I'd like you to experiment with it this week and then come back next week and we're going to take a look at stretching our DigiStash like I said earlier, and then the following week we're going to look about how to use, I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied. We're going to take a look at using layer masks in our layouts. So thanks for stopping by today, and I'll see you next week.